Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, live from the Ministry League studios in North Georgia, each week with John the Professor Podine and Paul Superman Sperlin, and with producer Caleb Sampson behind the glass on the Ministry League Network. And on all your other favorite platforms, here with all your ministry talk and the latest in news and sports. It's the John and Paul Show live.
Welcome to the John and Paul Show, brought to you by Ministry League at ministryleague.com. Everywhere on social media is at Ministry League. Caleb Sampson behind the glass helping us out from Flowtown. Thank you to Heritage Christian University for being a sponsor, both for our show, for this weekend, and other things that we're excited about. Also, the Calhoun Church of Christ, who is a sponsor of this show, and, of course, the Piedmont Road Church. Wonderful folks right here in Marietta, Georgia. This is the John and Paul Show. With me, as always, is John Podine. What say you, Professor?
Oh, Paul, it is just a beautiful day outside.
It is a beautiful day outside.
You know what it's also a beautiful day for, Paul?
What is it a beautiful day for?
It's a beautiful day for everybody to get in their vehicles and head to Atlanta.
I think it's a great idea.
We'll talk more about that, I guess, here in a moment.
You know who the president of that fan club would be?
You.
Dale Jenkins.
Of course.
He would lead.
You know what?
The trail, because he loves Atlanta ATL so much.
He would. Dale,
let's go.
Dale, you know, everybody always thinks Dale really just loves Nashville and that Nashville's the place. No, Dale secretly has an affinity for Atlanta that cannot be matched anywhere around the world.
He really does.
And so he will be here this weekend and excited that
he's going to be likes selfies. You wait till he gets the atmosphere and the essence of ATL. That's right. My word. Those pictures will drop on Facebook so fast, I'm telling you.
Oh, you better believe it. And he'll definitely have all nice things to say about the traffic and the airport and everything.
Yeah, traffic, you know, it's not that bad, especially on, you know, they'll be coming in Friday afternoon around 5. It'll be perfect.
It'll be awesome, man. I'll know what you're talking about.
Let's go. Let's go. All right. But more, like you said, more that later. We do have some serious business to take care of, some things, some prayer requests and things going on in the Brotherhood, specifically locally here in North Georgia. And John, you're going to go ahead and lead us off with that.
Yeah, we got kind of, I guess, kind of like they're like our sister congregation here in at Calhoun, the Resaca Church of Christ. Basically, it's a lot of family that go up there, and we have a lot of family here that attend with us, and we do a joint worship services with them, and especially their preacher Joel Metters and his wife Joy. They experienced a fire this morning that ran them out of the house with just her clothes on, and Joy had her cell phone, and that's it. Total loss, total devastation, burnt everything down. That house goes back, if I'm recalling, Paul, when I was telling you, I think it's pre-Civil War days, because they live on the battlefield. The battlefield that when they fought came through their family farm. And so so definitely remember them in your prayers. Just trying to get some stuff together now and trying to figure out what we're doing. So this will be a short show because I've got to get going, because then I've also got to get down to Atlanta too. So definitely, if y'all could, anybody's out there, remember them in our prayers, in your prayers.
Right. And also we're getting hit before this weekend starts, but spoke with Larry Washington this morning. Larry's on our board for Ministry League. Incredible marketer of all things. I mean, he does all kinds of crazy, awesome things in marketing and graphic design and such, and he's on our board. And he also serves as an elder at the Cumming Church of Christ in Cumming, Georgia. Not 35 minutes from here. They had one of their elders to pass. He had been an elder. He did step down last year, but he passed this past week, and they have a funeral for that tomorrow, visitation tonight. His name was George Tierce. So please keep him and his family, in your prayers as well. A lot going on around here. Of course, every congregation's got sick, so pray for those good folks, and we definitely want that to happen. And so prayers going out for that for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. That's where the body of Christ comes together. We got a lot of wonderful things that we always want to talk about, fun things and stuff, but
Yeah.
that's where the body of Christ gets to come together.
I do want to say before we get started with what we're going to talk about today, which obviously, as you probably can figure out, will be about Ministry League this weekend. We're going to give you the details, the deets on all the things going on, and then when it's going to happen, and how it's going to happen, and who's going to make it happen. But I do want to shout out and say thank you to a lot of folks. We got a lot of comments and compliments on our show last week in building the $6 million minister. That was fun to do, and we'll continue to get back to that study next week as we can on our show. But just keep in mind, May is our last month. We'll have June and July. We'll be full of camps and summer events and things going on, summer series and vacation Bible schools and things like that. So one of our shows in May definitely will be talking about all those things and how to run them and what to do with them and things like that. So a lot of things we're going to pack into probably just a couple of weeks, John, once we finish with this weekend. But this show is about this weekend. We have a board of directors for Ministry League, most of which serve on the board of directors for Exposure Youth Camp. And so we have a lot of kindred things going on with both events, and we're really excited about this weekend coming up.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. If you're in the area, come on over. Don't worry. I mean, we get you to come on over. Won't be able to get your Brave ticket at this point, but we want you to come over, come be a part of it. It's going to be something that, because Paul, we've been talking about it for a little while because it's so different. It's not specific about a youth rally or specific about a gospel meeting or just it's for the church as a whole.
Yep.
Which is different.
If you're looking for something to strengthen the church, to strengthen a Christian, to strengthen each and every one of us, spiritually speaking, with Bible application and practical application, then this is the place for you. This is the place for you. We are going to be working on and having activities for really every facet of church work. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of what we do every year. So like John said, if you're looking for a youth rally, John and I, usually Exposure Youth Camp, it's not that at all. It's something for the entire congregation. It's for all ages. We have classes for all ages, literally from 0, which is good too, childbirth, all the way through adults. I mean, we have classes all over the gambit. We will start Friday night with worship all together at 7 p.m. in the auditorium here at Piedmont Road, and John will be leading singing. Matt Wallen will be speaking to us about connecting.
Yeah, excited to hear Matt. If y'all don't know Matt,
then where have you been?
Yeah, where have you been? Matt is he went to Faulkner and he was down there. I think he was there when I was in school, and he's just him and Ashley are like salt of the earth people, and Matt doesn't work for a local congregation. So understand that. He's a deacon at the Oak Hill congregation in Rome. But I don't know many people that work harder at spreading, about evangelism and teaching about evangelism and stuff like that than Matt. And so we'll be excited to have him out there and speaking to us. Did I lose you?
No, somebody was asking what's going on. I sent him a picture of the show saying I'm busy doing a show right now. Yeah, Matt is awesome. Matt was probably a freshman when you were a senior.
Yeah, I think that's right.
So sorry, but that's kind of how it was. But they're awesome. They also go to camp with us at Camp Wetoga. Let's make another plug there. 11 through 16. Well, let's go. Holler at us, and they'll be here this weekend. So if you're interested in camp in the resort location, the resort areas of Blue Ridge, then give us a holler. We'll give you that morning mountain air and everything else, and some new air conditioned cabins and everything else. But that's another show for the time. But yeah, Matt does a great job, and he will be talking about connecting. I don't know anybody that connects quite as much as Matt Wallen. He does work for House to House, Heart to Heart, does a phenomenal job. Heart for ministry, heart for souls, and to see them saved, and to plant the seed and do all those things, and always involved in great things. In fact, speaking of that, he's got the North Georgia ministers doing a luncheon today, and we'd be there if it wasn't for what's going on this weekend. And he knows that. But I did let him know about another resource we'll talk about later on, but that's down the Ministry League app. We'll get to that in a little bit. But he's going to do that. We're going to be there for an hour of worship, and then right after that, we go out to the backyard. We call it the Outback. It is not. We don't put a shrimp on the Barbie, but we do have a bonfire devotional. We'll be doing some singing. Jonah Dawes is going to help us with some of that. Of course, John and I will be down there as well, and so whole crowd will go down there. We'll have s'mores and just have a good time. Before we call it for the night for Friday, and that will be Friday evening, John.
Yeah, it'll be a great thing to kick off here and to come and be a part of it. And I know people freak out or say stuff about, oh, it's Atlanta or whatever. Man, come on down here and be a part of it. We got a lot of wonderful people in this area that are going to be here to be a part of it. Enjoy the singing, enjoy the night, being around the campfire. Yes, we can even get a campfire inside the city back in there. And we'll just make sure I got lots of hoses around or whatever if we need to. But
no.
No, it's a great time. I remember last year we had a good time. We're looking probably, I guess we'll be doubling our attendance from last year at least. And then so excited about that.
Yeah. We got a lot more people coming in from last year. And so looking forward to how that's going to go. And we are housing some folks that needed housing and have hotel options for those that needed the hotel and for coming in from out of town. We have folks coming from Florida, some folks coming from Tennessee. And Alabama and of course Georgia, but really excited about that. Saturday morning we'll begin at 9 a.m. We usually, John and I like starting a little later for things, but because we're having other things going off of the day, we'll start at 9 with our welcome as we'll meet in the auditorium, and then from there we'll break out into the classes. We start at 9:15 with Tucker Wallace talking to us, and honestly, probably Caleb should come on and tell us everything that Tucker does. But
that's for sure.
He does. He hosts like at least two that I know of, podcasts that he's involved with us. But he also is responsible for, he and Megan, for creating the homemade show, which is really neat. If you've never heard of it, go to the Ministry League app and click it. And go watch the show right there under our podcast, and that would be great. But Caleb, do you want to speak to anything on this as far as Tucker's concerned? What brings him to Ministry League experience?
He's super talented, and actually, he and Megan launched yesterday a new homemade podcast that is animated. The first one released yesterday. It's a complete animated show of he and his wife that he has hand drawn.
That is awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty slick.
Do we know yet? And this is probably off the air kind of a question. Do we know yet if it's already uploaded?
Yeah.
So we could actually play. How long does it last? Like 5 minutes?
No, I think it's about a 20-minute show.
Oh, wow. Okay. So most of them are, but wow, he didn't know. That's pretty awesome. I was going to say we could put the intro up, let that be his intro to introduce who he is when he comes to speak. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, he does lots of cool stuff. He now works for a vinyl record company in Memphis, and he's just constantly making and doing creative things and has some interesting connections. His merch shop was given a shout out by the band Macmillan the other day. So,
ooh,
yeah,
that's big time.
Yeah,
man, look at him.
It's pretty cool.
That's pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Hey, people reaching people for the Lord in different ways.
That is really neat. That's like Chris Tomlin giving us a shout out for our singing.
Yeah,
singing one of the songs from that time.
Yeah,
well, that's cool, Tucker. Yeah, and then of course he did the superheroes podcast, which is pretty cool. And other things that he's done with the authentic Christian stuff. When he was at GBN, he created that, was part of that too. So a lot of really neat things that he was a part of. Really excited to have him come in, and he'll be talking about equipping. Who better to talk to us about equipping in ministry than Tucker Wallace? So we're really excited about that.
Yeah, it'll be exciting. Tucker is one of those that, and you're starting to see this a little more, and this is kind of where we want to go with even with the Creators Conference that we've talked about, is that we have so many in the church that are extremely creative, and that now they're being able to use their talents, and especially with the rise of technology, of how much it's moving and moving forward, that you're seeing more creatives in the church use their talents that God has given them to be able to reach the kingdom. And Tucker is one that's out there leading the pack. There you go. There's this little animated series.
Yeah. Can we get some
It needs to
volume?
be casual.
It is casual.
No, if you
They
say
don't know our
Tucker
last
Wallace,
That's awesome.
That's great.
And what's great is it's like life lessons that they share, but it's just real stuff everybody needs. Oh my word. This guy's incredible. This is gonna be great.
I was wondering if she sounds like that in real life.
I don't know who
So
that
it's
is.
like a cross, and it says Jesus across the middle. Beautiful on a comfy white hoodie. How cute is
Look at that.
this? Got like
That's the band Macmillan.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
sure is.
Man, we need to get Chris Tomlin to take some of our merch. For
No kidding.
Kosher.
We should send him some merch.
He'll be like, "Who is this from?"
Yeah, our stuff on stage.
Oh man, whatever. Oh, that's awesome. So yeah, Tucker will be here. Excited for that. But we also got a whole bunch more things that are taking place throughout the day, Paul.
Yeah, so Tucker's going to speak to everybody on Saturday morning, but then we'll get into the breakout classes. So that's where we'll have our classes for our nursery to cradle roll. We'll have classes. And then, of course, our kindergarten through fifth grade we'll be in the classes for the rotation model that we have here at Piedmont Road. And a lot of congregations have moved to this model. We have it. We use it. Our kids love it. The retention level is incredible as far as information for our kids. And we encourage you to bring your children for this, but also if you're interested in this, you can sit in on the classes. You can sit in and listen. We'll do each at a time. So the first session, looking over this, is not listed on this, I don't think, but we'll have a session where they'll be in the game room and they'll be studying about Jesus stilling the water. And that's the same story they'll be studying, which is how we do it on Wednesday night or Sunday morning. It's the same story in 3 rooms, and you learn it in 3 or 4 different ways. And so we'll be going through the game room, the science lab. Okay, there'll be a science experiment that goes with the Bible story, and then we'll have the movie room, and then of course we'll have the art room. So a lot of different things that'll happen in each of the hours of the day on Saturday, and so. Please look forward to that for those kids, the kindergarten through 5th grade. But also, if you're interested in bringing that to your congregation, the curriculum is free. We have it. We'll share it. It was shared with us, so we'll share it with you for sure. And then we'll move on. We also have the teen classes will be down at our Connections Cafe. We're going to send all the teens to one room. It's going to be packed out, and we'll do some singing and some classes and some discussion. Really looking forward to that. And so be watching our Instagram and our Facebook pages, as we'll be posting things all through the weekend on all those things, especially getting the kids to do it as well as far as that goes. And then they have 2 adult options. One is the Creators Conference, which I'd like to get Caleb to say something to that, if you will, in just a minute. And then the other options are at 10 a.m., Helping the Hurting. Jeff Jenkins will be speaking. He wrote that book, and he'll be sharing that book with those who come to that class. And then we'll also have a men's leadership class. Last year we did ladies with Lori Boyd. This year is men's class. And we're looking forward to that with Jerry Wright and Kevin Sutton. These are former elders, but also businessmen and working men in our community. And so we're looking forward to what they have to share for that class as well. So this goes all the way. Lunch is provided. It goes all the way through to 3 o'clock. And then we'll end the whole day bringing everybody back together for a panel discussion, connection panel, and that's kind of how the day goes. But Caleb, do you want to speak a little bit about the Connections, the Creators Conference itself?
I mean, we've got a great lineup of guys that are super talented and creative, as we mentioned about Tucker, and you know, the gospel hasn't changed, but our ability to connect with people changes over time. And gospel meetings used to be the way to get everybody to come out and be a part of stuff, and so now we have all sorts of different technologies and things going on, and we need to harness those creative individuals to be able to help reach the world around us and come up with new and innovative ideas and approaches to things. So we're not changing the gospel, but we're looking for open doors and open opportunities and ways to get connected with people as a whole. So the Creators Conference is designed to help provoke and to think outside the box, and to use folks who are already creating and thinking outside of the box to maybe encourage and inspire you to take your talents further and to develop your skill set in other areas.
Cool. So
Absolutely.
Larry Washington's going to talk about marketing your church. If anybody knows how to do that, it's Larry. Hardison Moles is going to be talking about media and graphics and church work. And then Dale and Jeff will conclude that at 1 o'clock with the ministry therapy. And then, of course, we'll do a connections panel at 2 o'clock. If you're watching the show and you have questions, things that you think will be good for these guys or any of these guys that are our list for this, please send them to us and let us know. You can put them in the show notes here and we'll get them. Or you can shoot us an email at johnandpaulshow@gmail.com. That would be great. And then we can use some of those questions in our panel at 2 o'clock that afternoon. And of course, during that, we do have the teen classes. Jerry Elder will be talking about passages to know in Bible study. The big thing is about Bible study. The big thing is about having biblical conversations with friends, because a lot of this, what we do here is what we're going to do in Scotland in 24, in September 24. And so that's what this is about. It's about having something good for us here in this part of the country, but also in that country. And so that's what we're doing, is going to take this event on the road for that in 24. Andrew Lopez, who is the youth minister at the West End Church in Knoxville, will be speaking on having that conversation, starting that conversation. And then at 1 o'clock, we'll finish it off. John and I will have a class on sharing a heart for ministry. And so we'll be, like I said, doing some singing, intermittent with the discussion and the classes there too. So looking forward to that with the teenagers downstairs as well.
Yeah, you know, Paul, that's the beauty of what you were talking about is for too often, I think in the church it's focused on the minister or the preacher specifically. And in modern times, youth minister and now connections and stuff like this of spreading out and using talents. But we're getting to a place where people of all, I think what God intended it to be, everybody has a part to play. Everybody has a talent that they can use to help God. And that's what this conference is about, bringing all of that out.
Yeah. That's a good point. There seems to be a whole lot for preachers these days, but is there something just for the whole church, just for somebody all together? And so this is it. And so we're really excited to be able to present this to you. We will, of course, those that have bought tickets, we are going to the Braves game at 7 o'clock Saturday night. Looking forward to that. Rain is in the forecast, so prepare for that. As we get closer to it, hopefully it'll blow over, and we'll see what happens with that as well. I'm not sure who for the Braves will be playing, since all of them are tripping over bases and falling off their cleats. So we'll see what happens on that, but so far so good. And then Sunday we will conclude with morning Bible study and worship. Jake Sutton, our local preacher here at Piedmont Road, will be teaching class on the joy of ministry, and that will be 9:30 to 10:15, and that will be teenagers through adults. And then at 10:30 worship, Jeff Jenkins will talk to us about going. Let's go. And then we've done all this study. We've learned these things. Now what we're going to do with it, let's go and share. And going beyond is the theme, and we're looking forward to that. And of course, we have a covered dish, a lunch for everybody on Sunday, and that will conclude the event itself. So that's what I think we have. And John, Caleb, anything I might have missed that we need to share?
No, I think you nailed it pretty good right there, Paul.
Okay. Well, as John mentioned, this was going to be a short show. We did want to make sure and mention everything that we're doing this weekend. Registration is as good as closed right now. It doesn't matter if you're local. Just come on in. We'd love to have you. Plenty of food, plenty of fellowship. And if you need that information, download the app. The Ministry League app is available anywhere. You go to ministryleague.com and you can click and download the app from right there. It's on the Google Play Store, but also it is in the Apple Store as well. You can have that. Something new on there you're going to find on the menu options. It'll be a yellow icon, not the usual white with blue. It's yellow, and it is called Project 316. This is a ready-made step-by-step Bible study you can have just through your cell phone or your tablet. So it's loaded up, it's there, it's ready to go, and fully editable. So if we need to make some changes to some stuff, let us know. We're also going to be doing other topics to go along with this. This is basically a sit-down Bible study with your friends and family, and let us know what you think about that, and send us ideas on options of topics we can add to that as time goes by. And if you'd like to help us, let us know.
Yep, that sounds good.
All right, John, what you got?
Oh, I got to answer a phone call getting ready to come in here.
Before you do, I got something I got to share. Don't roll your eyes because you're a fan too. Don't act like you're not. It bugs me sometimes you act like you're not. But
Oh, no, I am. I'm just.
I know. Today, one of our kids in our youth group, his name is Charlie Ward. Today is his birthday. And how lucky are you
Charlie.
if your birthday is on May the 4th? And so I just have one thing to say.
Oh, my word.
If you have any questions, give me a call. Happy birthday, Charlie. Lightsaber. We'll conquer the world, John.
Oh.
For Caleb Sampson, that is John Podine. I am Paul Sperlin. This has been the John and Paul Show. Thank you for watching. Look forward to seeing you this weekend. May the 4th be with you. And if not, tomorrow, hopefully, we have the 5th. There's the Revenge of the 5th. So enjoy the weekend. Well, I hope to see it Ministry Experience. If not, have a great day. Have a great weekend. And God bless.